Sam Hauser has been that guy for the Boston Celtics. He's been the most impactful bench piece for this team, and he's been showing that he deserves a big role for the Boston Celtics, and we'll be exploring how impactful he has been for this Celtics team this season. We'll also be diving in at the Celtics schedule for the rest of the month of December, looking at a nice homestand, a little bit of a road week, and then looking how the Celtics finish off the regular season in this year. We'll have all of that to break down on this episode of Celtics Digest and more. Welcome back to Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz. But before we get into any Boston Celtics content, I would like to say shout out to you guys. Thank you to everyone that's already hit that subscribe button. We just recently hit 2,400 subscribers. We're so close to 2,500, and we're so close to our next goal of 3,000 subscribers. So if you guys want to make sure you stay up to date on everything Boston Celtics, daily uploads on news, rumors, trades, everything like that, make sure to hit the subscribe button and join the family. Would greatly appreciate it. But let's dive into the news at hand today. So make sure to grab a snack and get ready to go, as this is going to be a jam-packed episode as we dive in looking at the Celtics schedule preview for the rest of the month of December. And it is a little bit weird for the Boston Celtics to get this schedule preview, as we want to look. The next 4 games for the Boston Celtics are at home, which is really good for the Boston Celtics, as they already are 10-0 on this season at home, and they'll try to keep that homestand alive. They have a game tonight versus the Cleveland Cavaliers and a game on Thursday versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then after that, they have 2 games back-to-back versus the Orlando Magic. If you guys don't remember, Mo Wagner had his revenge game versus the Boston Celtics in that in-season tournament game where the Celtics already played the Magic, so the Celtics are already down 1-0 in the Magic series. So the Celtics will hopefully like to bounce back at home and get at least 1 dub versus the Orlando Magic. But not great things have happened versus the Boston Celtics versus the Orlando Magic, as you guys can see. In their last 4 games, the Orlando Magic have won 3 of them. And same thing with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've gotten the best 6 out of 8 games for the Boston Celtics. So having both of these teams as a back-to-back is going to be difficult. But both of these teams present challenging matchups with size and athleticism all around the court, and it will be an interesting challenge. And since it is kind of like a mini back-to-back, it's kind of like a mini playoff series. Teams will adjust to find out how they are playing against each other, and we'll actually probably see 2 different types of styles of basketball in both of these games. I personally think that the Celtics will finish off this homestand 3-1. I think they'll win both games versus the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. They have no Evan Mobley, so that should be a good thing for the Boston Celtics. We'll have to see how the Celtics look on Thursday night, but tonight I think they should successfully get the dub. And then versus the Orlando Magic, I think they will split the series 1-1. I believe the Celtics will finish this homestand at 3-1. But then we want to look at the Celtics road schedule after that. After that, it is a dicey schedule as the Celtics go all the way out west, and this is where it either makes a team or shows this team's weaknesses. They play against their old finals matchup in 2022 when they won them against the Golden State Warriors. Then they take on the Sacramento Kings, and then they take on both the Clippers and the Lakers, with the Lakers game being super significant as it is on Christmas Day. So personally, I think that the Sacramento Kings game will be a very high offensive game, a very fast-paced game between both teams. And ultimately, I don't know, I think the Kings are going to get the best of the Celtics in that one. And I think that the Warriors are a solid team so far this season, but they haven't lived up to how they've been in the past couple years of their dynasty. I think the Celtics will get the best on their revenge game versus them. When we look at the Lakers and the Clippers games, the Clippers game will be an exciting one, their big 3 versus our big 3, and then the Lakers on Christmas is a necessary win for the Boston Celtics, a potential finals preview matchup for the banner of 18 quest as the Celtics take on the Lakers, LeBron and AD versus Jayson, Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. I think it will be an exciting and thrilling game where the Boston Celtics will get the W versus the Lakers. I think that they will tie this series 2-2. They'll lose to the Clippers, and they'll go back 5-3 after this 8-game set. But only that is the best. The Celtics, after Christmas, get their schedule to be a little bit easier as they take on teams like the Pistons, the Raptors, and the Spurs. So hopefully the Boston Celtics will have a strong month of December, even if it has a little bit rocky in the middle, and they'll still be a top team in the Eastern Conference when it's all said and done heading into the new year. But I want to know your guys' predictions, so let me know in the comment section down below. Out of those 8 games that we broke down, what do you guys think the Celtics record will be after those 8 games? And if you guys are going to the game on Thursday versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, make sure to say hi, as I will also be attending that game. A quick little shout out there. So if you're going to the game on Thursday, make sure to say hi, and I will greatly appreciate it. But let's dive into the next topic at hand, which is Sam Hauser making a name for himself in Boston. If you guys don't know, Sam Hauser is one of the guys from the main Celtics that has kind of emerged himself into this Boston Celtics team. Not a lot of guys from this main team besides, Luke Kornet had his little stint over there after he was traded from Chicago, and Sam Hauser have really lived up to their potential from coming over from this main Celtics team. And Sam Hauser has been that guy for the Boston Celtics. He has that dog in him for this bench unit, providing great offensively and defensively. And we're here to break that down for you guys in an article from The Athletic here, talking about how the Celtics were a little frustrated that they didn't get to win a chance to compete in the championship for the in-season tournament. And Mazzulla said yes at practice on Monday, but we have to see how the things are going into winning a championship and things that going on to winning on Monday night in the middle of January when no one really wants to play. And that's true. Obviously, the in-season tournament is a physical game, but it is in the middle of the regular season. The teams have to buy in to want to win those games and compete for that championship. It's not at the end of the season yet. And the Celtics didn't really lock into that. We can also look at saying that it manifests a familiar way from the ball freezing on offense to the point of attack, defense crumbling. It often will just be a few minutes in an otherwise smooth game, but it happens for long enough to put the Celtics on the back foot. So the in-season tournament was an opportunity to realize how those Monday night, or Tuesday in that case, always matter, even if the playoff doesn't come right away. We're really fighting for that mindset and intensity. Can things be important all the time, said Mazzulla? But yeah, I was pissed off that you don't get a chance to win it all. But we have to fight for the mindset all the time. And I totally agree. Joe Mazzulla wants those guys to lock in and realize that those regular season games, a game like tonight on a Tuesday, or even the game on Thursday versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, are meaningful games. Even if it says in-season tournament or it doesn't, every game matters for the Celtics team. They need to win every single game. They need to put all their effort into every single game so that they can have the best record going to the playoffs. And then when the time does come when they are ready for the playoffs, they are in the best set position. And I love this type of mentality from Joe Mazzulla going into the in-season tournament. But now we're going to be talking a little bit more about that guy, Sam Hauser. And you're seeing that identity from Sam Hauser. He's been a perfectly great shooter. Besides in that game versus the New York Knicks on Friday where he didn't shoot the greatest, he is still a top shooter in the league. And the thing is he's not just doing great shooting. He's helping out great on defense. He's also making impactful plays, making the right type of pass, always spacing out perfectly for this Boston Celtics team. And it's happened so greatly, and it's awesome to see come out of a guy like Sam Hauser. We want to keep talking about him as the season has carried on and some of the novelties of the season have leveled off. Hauser's well-rounded game continues to come into focus. He's a much better defender and continues to grow on defense and continues to get better, Mazzulla says. And just his ability to be more than a shooter, he can screen, he runs a transition, he's crashing. So not just being defined by one thing, but finding small areas to affect the game. The more experience he gets, the more Hauser looks like a two-way player who can fill into a variety of roles that the team requires. So when the coach sees bigs like Randall try to break him down and have a minimal success, he doesn't mind when there are a few possessions. He wants them to keep slowing down their offense to go at him. I think it's great, Mazzulla said. I love it. And I love it too. I love seeing this embrace for Sam Hauser. Not a lot of people in the comments be hating on Sam Hauser's defense. They be coming at me, telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. But Sam Hauser has been terrific at defending the paint and helping out Celtics on switches, and he actually has been a great corner defender for this Boston Celtics team. Yeah, he plays with the starters sometimes, but even when he's on the bench, he is the most impactful defender alongside Al Horford on this Boston Celtics bench unit, and I think he covers his role. Like Mazzulla also mentioned here, we can see that he also just doesn't shoot the ball. He obviously helps out on defense, and he does the little things. And as a Celtics man, that's what you love to see. Losing Marcus Smart, the guy who did every little thing, you love to see that these other guys like Derrick White, Jrue Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Sam Hauser, they're all stepping up. Even Al Horford kind of being that as a symbol as his whole game, doing everything that he needs to do to help out the team. It is honestly so successful, and it's helped out the Celtics greatly this season, as we've seen in the past. In the past couple years, maybe they've been a little bit dominant. Maybe they had wanted to get their own looks. Maybe some guys wanted to score 20, 25 points, so they're shooting the ball a little bit more. But this Celtics team identifies their roles, know what they need to do and win a game, and they'll buy into that role each and every night, even if it's a different role every night, just to make sure they get the W. And that's what I love to see out of a Celtics team. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you guys excited about Sam Hauser's great triumphs in the starting lineup, and hopefully how impactful he's been for this Celtics team? Thank you guys so much for tuning to this episode of Celtics Digest. If you guys are still at this point in the video and still aren't subscribed, what are you guys doing? We know you enjoy the content. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. I'm Bruce Veliz, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.